Hi everyone, Dale Pinker, and I'm your anchor here in FX Street's Live Analysis Room. Yesterday looks like that was it in Euro. Of course, with the NFP, anything could happen, but held the 61.8 there at 107.10. This one I was wrong about. Euro pound exploded to the upside. The pound still remained the weak sister. So we're actually at new highs. Maybe this is a second drive. This is just a scalp. But we're right for some pips here. Never should have let a winner turn into a loser. I believe CAD is topping out here. Yesterday, the number was 41.80 from Michael. Yeah, Michael Golembeski talking about USD CAD. He had 41.85. We got to the upper 60s. We're starting to diverge here. Crude, I put a half position on in WTI. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Stock market lower, but I did want to show something that has surprised me. A little housekeeping here. We have 2 interviews today. Looks like Norm's already with us. You know, we could start anytime you want, Norm. We're ready to go?
Give me just a moment.
Okay.
Let's see, where do we click green, I think, the screen share. All right, and then what button do let's see. Oh, here, I get it.
That green box with a white arrow.
That. Start screen share. There we go. Can you see my screen now, Dale?
Yes, I can.
Okay, well, good morning, Dale.
How are you, buddy?
Good, yourself?
Good. So, what do we have? You were talking about some type of, I took a quick look at your notes this morning, and there was something happening on this day, some type of planetary event. What's the event that had you focused on the 7th? It's been a pretty wild week going into the 7th, so I was thinking that you're looking for some kind of turning point in the market, and since we've been selling off, is your work calling for a potential trading low, if not a major low, a trading low in here?
Can I just ask one quick question?
Sure.
Did you introduce me, Dale?
Oh yeah, I told everyone Norm was going to be with us. Norm Winsky, everybody.
Okay.
Okay.
Might be nice to know if I start talking. It'd be nice to know if I start talking, they know who's talking, right? You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on, everybody. It is with the greatest pride I'd like to introduce my trading wizard buddy from Naples, Florida, Norm Winsky. One of the only guys I know that we have a similar background, and we're both older guys and still doing it. Welcome to LAR, Norm.
Thank you very much, Dale. Great introduction.
Adinda's saying hello. Happy Pips is saying hello. Everyone say hello to Norm and make him feel at home before he presents these turning points to us. Okay.
Okay, you might want to mention, my background. I've been doing this for over 40 years. I'm a former Chicago floor trader, so I have a little experience.
Forex
Okay.
Tipper says hello. Yeah, your stuff is great. Many people in here over the last. How long have you been coming here? About a year now.
I think so.
Yeah, a lot of major turns you've called. In fact, stuff to keep up with all of them. You get lots of signals. Why don't you go ahead and talk about? I know you like to review last month's action before you get to what you see happening here in January. But
All
I
right.
just
Well,
thought I'd get an opening impression from you. Can you remember a year starting off this way?
can I remember a year? I don't know. It was where we had a sell off in the first few days. Yeah.
Well,
Was
I
it
think,
this? Was it this intense? I can't recall one
yeah.
quite like this, but it may have happened. You know.
I think the last time it happened to this degree was 2008.
Okay.
That's what I heard. So, to
That would
me,
not.
it was a little.
That may not be a positive harbinger for the coming year, right?
Yeah, well, I know you have a different discipline, but I know there are a lot of people that count each day to be a month or some type of each day of the week represents a certain trading period going forward in the year.
That's a fractal line.
Okay,
That's a fractal.
remember Mark Leibovitz? I think he used to do that.
Well, he learned that from me.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay, so you do look at that.
That's fractal. I've presented that on your show
Okay.
before.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
If you
then
want.
this is setting up. So you'll
Matter of
be
fact,
looking for Fred.
I'll be putting together my angel fractal forecast for in February. You know,
Okay.
because you have to have the January price section to do that.
Right.
Yeah. But
Okay.
Mr. Leibovit and I
I
were
should have.
market
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I underestimated you.
Mr. Leibovit and I
You.
were market makers on the CBOE together, and we were friends.
Oh, okay.
I came up with an idea. I didn't know what a fractal was back then, but I came up with this idea. I had stumbled across the old Wall Street adage, as January goes, so goes the year. And I started thinking about that. And my friends and family accused me of being too literally minded. So I wanted to do more than just look at that thing on the surface. I wanted to dive down and see to what degree it worked. And so I've been
Okay.
doing that now since the early 80s.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So
And
then
then, and then
I
Lee,
have a good. I'll have a good source to interpret January's action for a roadmap for the rest of the
Yeah,
year.
and then Leibovit picked up the ball there and started using that. He called it the annual forecast model, and
That's right.
he became famous. Went on the nightly business report, Wall Street Week, and all that sort of thing. And now, if you go on his website, last I checked, he was charging about $12,500 for that, and I'm basically almost giving it away for free. So
Wow. Well, he lives. I think he moved to Sedona, so you need a lot of money to live there.
yeah, did you know him personally?
I never met him, but we were on a lot of the same networks, and I talked to him on the phone, but never met him.
Okay. All right, let's move ahead now. So here's we're going to review last. I was on your show, I think, on the 8th of December, and I wanted to come on the 7th, but there was a schedule conflict, so I couldn't do that because we had a big planetary lineup there on the 7th. So I was expecting a big turn there, and we'll see that in a moment. Here's the dates that I published in my December letter, which went out, I think, the 29th of November, whatever Sunday that was, right around there. And so there we have astro dates and we have Fibonacci dates. I have my own Fibonacci sort of GAN type model, and it generates these dates. Okay, so there's the results. Let's see, December was one of the. Okay, here we go. Here's your astro dates. Here's how I score these. I put the dates. I mark the dates on the S&P chart. We're talking about the stock market now, and I
Yeah.
put these markings on here. And if it's a circle around, not really, in circle, I should say, a bar in red, that's a
Yeah.
miss. That's a clunker. And if I put an F there, that's a winner for Fibonacci. And if I have an arrow, that's a winner for Astro. Here's where they both came together with the low of the day, low of the month to the day. So I had the
Yeah.
Astro date, the 14th, I think, or it was the 17th. Is that what that was?
Yeah.
Uh,
That was a rally into the Fed.
yeah, yeah, that was exactly. And so there we had they indicated both that day for a big change in trend day, and they lined up there and they had the nice little spike low there. So the Astro dates were 4 out of 5 for 80%, and the Fibonacci dates were 5 out of 5 for 100%. So that averages out to 9 out of 10 for 90%.
And that last sale was a beauty. Where was that? I remember the 25th or something, right before Christmas, and into the New Year's week. It sold off. You know, the sell-off this week started the end of last week.
Right. We have that up here on the 31 AC and possibly the 30th. You know, might be able to count that the holiday. You know.
Yeah.
And, hey, Nail. You know this guy, he just got into stocks. You know.
This guy.
That guy, it's on the charts. You see him? He's in the stocks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little humor there, see? No extra charge. Okay, so
keep your day job, man. Forget the cartoonist career. But it's very creative. It's nice. Did you draw that yourself?
No, it's like some kind of clip art I got a long time ago.
Okay. Have you done his chart? That guy's chart.
What's that again?
Have you done that guy's personal astro chart?
No, but if he called me up, I might consider. You know, I owe him that much. Put him in those stocks all these years, you know. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, U.S. dollar. Here we go. I got there's George right there on the chart.
Mm-hmm.
And these are the dates we had back in December. I'm going to show you the future here too. And there's the dates I had for December and how they come out. We had. It won't bore you with the details, but if you want to get my letter, it's all in there. And so 5 out of 7, I did 71.43%. Here you can see the markings on the chart here. And there's your U.S. dollar index chart. Okay. I just do simple charting, by the way. I don't go in for all the oscillators and moving averages. I think if you just draw simple trend lines, work great.
Yeah. Naked trading.
Is that naked trading? I don't know.
Yeah.
I usually keep a little bit of clothing on, you know.
Yeah. Well, you know, you could trade naked and not be nude.
Okay. It's a little chilly here today, you know. Got down into the.
Man, I tell you, I'm going to need an arc here in California.
Oh yeah, you guys are inundated, right? It's.
Oh yeah, major El Nino.
Don't you know it?
What are El Nino years like in Florida? Dry or wet?
I haven't noticed much change other than, you know, in December we had one of the warmest Decembers on record.
Yeah.
So we had like 7 or 8 days in a row where it was near record high temperatures.
Were you out surfing?
Nope.
Okay.
You can't surf really. You know, you need a hurricane to go surfing here. You know, I'm on the Gulf of Mexico. The waves are pretty small, which is nice. So you come here to go swimming because the Gulf is usually warmer than the Atlantic, and the waves aren't very big. You know, and you can walk. You know, the Gulf has a big shelf. You can walk way out in the Gulf without even swimming. You know.
Wow, that sounds beautiful.
Yeah,
I'm coming.
Okay, I'll get you one of those really cheap fares. You know, sometimes you can fly from where are you in LA?
Yeah, San Diego.
Oh, San Diego. Oh, yeah, San Diego. I just saw that about last week. $34 from San Diego to Fort Myers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on down.
All right.
You live in a beautiful spot there.
Yeah, it's just the climate's going to be lousy this winter.
I've
lived through these El Ninos. It's going to rain for 3 months.
Okay. The only thing I didn't like about you know, San Diego is the Pacific's kind of cold all the time, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Unless there's an El Nino, and it's still cold compared to the water you go into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And are the Chargers going to stay there in San Diego or not? You think?
I don't care.
Oh, you don't care? Okay. All right, moving ahead. Now we're going to look at here's this stuff. I got this all out of my Here's the chart. I updated the chart last night with a dollar. Don't know what it did. I had to go to sleep sometime, so I may be behind a little bit by a few hours. But here's the dollar as of last night, and so here's your 30-minute chart, and you can see. Oh, here's here because I'm a few days late now based on my January letter. which went out last Sunday night. I had the 4th of January. How did that come out? Well, here you go. Here's the early morning of the 4th, and that was a pretty nice little pullback low there, right?
Yeah. Nice. Very nice.
Yep. And then we got the 11th coming up. That'll be on Monday, and then the 15th, the 19th, and 27th, and 29th. Okay, so here's what I said here in the letter, in my January letter. Following a big rally from October through November, the dollar peaked in early December. The chart pattern seems to be a consolidation following a rally high. Short term, the dollar index is traded into a wedge or triangle formation, which will likely be resolved almost immediately. Well, that was back here. So that was back on over the holiday weekend, New Year's weekend, and there's Monday, and then we broke out to the upside, I guess. Huh? All right, moving ahead here. I was really excited last month when I was on your show, Dale, that we had Saturn and Uranus lining up, and I gave you about a half a dozen markets to watch. Two of those were. I'm going to show you a couple of those. I think Pluto was involved, and so that said you should be watching Cocoa. And here's what happened. So that was the 7th of December, and here's the 7th. That turned out to be the high of the month for Cocoa to the day. Pretty good. Now Cocoa is really getting beat here since for the past month now, getting beaten down. Okay, there's also, so I had 2 dates for Cocoa for December, and there's the 7th and the 11th, and you had the high of the month, and then we had a little short-term low there for the 11th. So we got 2 out of 2, I guess. Oh yeah, there we go, 100%. Not too bad, huh?
No.
Here's the up-to-date chart.
Your stuff is great.
Thank you.
I would say, what kind of portfolio would you say people would need to trade all your signals?
All of them? Yeah. Kind of hard.
You never know which ones are going to work until you look in the rearview mirror.
Of course.
So people wanted to trade all your stuff. I filter
it down. I cover about 30 markets, and I filter that down. I have something called a monitor list where I add up all the planetary astrological energy for the month and forecast. Here's your top markets to watch. Because you don't want to be trading something that's sleeping.
Right.
That's where the action is. Here's your Cocoa chart. Here you can see how it's been going. We made a little high. We had a date for here we go, the 31st after the close, so New Year's weekend. And here we have we made a little top here right over the weekend. And there's Monday's opening, and then it's been down, down, down ever since. You see that?
Yes.
Coming up, we also have the 6th. I haven't had, it's too short to, can't evaluate usually one day later. So, that was yesterday. So we'll see if maybe we make a low here, as of yesterday, we get a little bounce or something. We have a pretty good downtrend there in the Cocoa. Here's the, stop me anytime, Dale, if you or anybody has any questions. That's fine. Here we have hogs. These are the kosher hogs, Dale. Hey, Dale, do you know what a kosher hog says?
What?
Oink vey.
Okay, buddy.
Ba-bum-bum. All right, so here we go. Here were the dates for the hogs and the Cocoa. Notice the Cocoa and the hogs are on here because they're astro cousins, believe it or not. So we have the same dates. We have the 7th and we have the 11th. I just gave away a big secret. And there's 2 out of 2. That's 100%. The hogs were 1 day off on the 7th. That date for the 7th was 1 day off of this low right here. Then we went up, and the 11th was the high of the month for hogs. And that worked out pretty well. So, and then looking ahead, if you care about hogs, what you're going to pay for your bacon for breakfast or whatever, your ham, here's the 4th. And how'd that work out? Well, I updated the chart last night. Here's your 15-minute Fib hogs. And you can see it had a nice little pullback there right on Monday's opening. All right.
Nice
now
work.
we're getting to the top of the channel here. So we were due to have a turn yesterday. and if as long as it happens within one trading day, we're good to go. So if it had a kind of either roll over here or spike up here real quick and then hit the top of the channel and then roll over, that would be a valid date, a valid signal. So there we go. Looking ahead, come in advance. Okay, here's what everybody wants. What's in the future, right?
Did you, I was paying attention, but you didn't show anything for crude oil, did you?
I did not put the crude oil in this. Nope.
Okay.
I'm looking at either reviewing the ones that I had talked about primarily last time, or that are, as you will follow the logic here in a moment, the planets basically tell me what to look at. That's the unique things about this approach is not only gives you timing, but it tells you what you should be looking at.
That's a great.
It's like an opportunity. It's like an opportunity finder.
Right. So there might be months where there's not much happening in oil or gold, and there are more things happening in the ags than in the metals or energy.
There you go, and you're going on my path now. So on the on the night of the 4th, we had Mercury. It's one of your favorite things, I think, Dale. Mercury turned retrograde in the sign of Aquarius, and Mercury is closely associated with grains. Aquarius is, to be thorough here, Aquarius is copper, and so those are the markets you would want to watch based on that for some sort of turn there. And the stocks respond to everything because they're the big basket of everything. Then tomorrow, the reason I asked to come on your show today, Dale, is because tonight is kind of special, to quote the what was that, a Budweiser commercial or something, or or that tonight's kind of special. It's time for Michelob. I think that was Michelob, right? So tonight you have the 7th tonight, and we have Jupiter turning retrograde. Let me explain to some of the newbies out there who may not have heard me before. What this is about is that if you, due to the relative motion of the Earth to the other planets, if you were to go out and to plot the different planets in the night sky, you would notice on occasion that various planets seem to appear, that's the key word, appear, to stop their motion and then reverse their direction. This is like if you're driving in your car doing 60 and somebody passes you doing 70. If you glance out your side window there, you might get the impression, if you suspend your logical mind, that you're going backwards by 10 miles an hour, even though your speedometer says you're doing 60. Probably most people out there have had that experience. How about you, Dale?
Yep.
It kind of freaks your brain out. A few months back, I went to the grocery store, crawling into my parking space there, getting ready to stop. I happened to glance out my side window, and I thought, oh my God, my brakes have failed. I'm lunging forward. I'm going to hit the car in front of me. It turned out the guy next to me was pulling out his space.
Wow.
Kind of freaked out my brain there for a second, So Jupiter is associated with oats, and because it's in the sign Virgo right now, that's soybeans. So we've got a bit of a theme here now. The Mercury thing said soybeans, said grains, and the Jupiter thing says I could cover oats too, but nobody trades oats, so we won't bother with that right now. And so we got soybeans as one of the top things to be watching right around this time. Then this weekend we have a new moon. Well, the grains are lunar sensitive, right? They tend to often turn at new moons and full moons. And so then again, we need to be watching the grains, and in particular, soybeans. Okay. Then next week we'll have the Mars goes through the signs depending upon, we're looking at the solar system from the point of view of the Earth or the Sun. Roughly about 5 to 8 weeks in each sign. And when Mars is the energizer planet, so when it goes into a sign, it energizes that sign and the markets associated with that market. So the markets associated with when heliocentric, that's from the point of view of the sun, Mars enters Libra, that will be sugar and wheat. So if those markets are at an extreme, that's the key. You got to have the right setup that the market's at an extreme, and Mars goes into Libra. Then you want to watch for a change in trend in those markets. Then then the 14th to the 15th, late next week, we have some moderate change in trend points based on the U.S. chart, which is your U.S. financials, U.S. Stocks, T-bonds, and U.S. dollar. And so there you go. There's your dollar popping up there toward the end of next week. Looking ahead, here we go. Here's the soybeans. We have your dates here for the soybeans. And so I think you might be setting up the soybeans. Yesterday we had a big commodity crush, a lot of big deflationary wave. But the beans are holding kind of here. I would like to see them come down just a little bit and retest these lows here one more time into the new moon. Typically, historically, when Mercury turns retrograde, that's usually a high for the grains, but the grains are all in depression mode here. They're on scraping bottom. And so I think we could get an inversion here if we get the right price action. So I don't know if you're any of your people out there trade grains. I know they're mostly foreign currency people. Grains are a great place to learn how to trade. You can get the mini contracts, and if you got small money, and play around with that, Okay. 7th, and then later in the month we have some big stuff too. So anyway, I think the beans look interesting. Here's the stock market. I think everybody's watching the stock market right now, and so we have here's my forecasted dates for the stock market. I mentioned that I thought I had this planetary index model, which kind of like if anybody out there heard of Bradley, they would know what I'm talking about. It's where you add up the planetary energy for the month, and you do put it on a graph. So I said for the January letter, the pattern for the planetary index model somewhat similar to December, and that's showing a sharp down move into a low for about the 11th to the 12th. So far, so good, huh?
Yeah.
Followed by a modest rally into mostly sideways trend. Okay, so here's your dates for the January. I had the 4th, the 5th, and then we got the big window here that I like the best is coming up this weekend. The Fibonacci agrees with that for the 8th or the 11th. And then we have the
new moon on the 10th, 11th.
The new moon's on Saturday the 9th.
Okay.
Here's your S&P chart as of last night. I know it's moved down since then. Here's your S&P cash index. So we probably moved down here to, I don't know where the cash is. I know the futures got down into the 30s, 1930 area. And so I'm not sure if they probably broke the support. If you break that 1950 level there, you got a chance to go all the way down to about into the low 1900s, Anyway, the reason I had this longer term chart up here is to show you the bigger picture for the stock market, which is you can see we got a nice roll distribution pattern here, big, what do you call that? Saucer, upside down saucer top,
Rounding top.
Rounding top. Thank you. That's the words I was looking for.
The opposite of a saucer bottom.
Exactly. You know what, Dale? I always tell the beginners, here's a great thing I can teach people. I call this the $1 million technical analysis course in 1 minute. Okay. Here's how the newbies can learn this stuff. I learned this by taking my son to Cub Scout camp, and they're just out on the outside of town here. And if you wanted a drink of water, there was a pipe sticking out of the ground, So if you forgot to bring a cup or a glass to get your water, you had to use your hand, And so you turn on the pipe, and then you have to cup your hand. And I noticed, look at that. That's accumulation. If you look at the shape of the palm of your hand there, when you're accumulating the water, that's what you look for in accumulation in the markets. Then if you want to get rid of the water, turn your hand upside down so the water falls out. And look at that, the shape of that, and that's what you have right here. You have a rounding top. So that's it. That's like a huge portion of chart reading, in my opinion. I think I did that under a minute, maybe. Are you there, Dale?
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
Okay.
So let me ask you this: with all your stuff, so you have a line pointing down to under new lows, so you're looking for a washout then.
Oh, this line here is just a trend line, So if we break that trend line, that's it. No, that's not a forecasting line. It's a trend line.
Okay.
But so far, so as of last night, overnight here, it's kind of followed that line so far, but it got to the green area there, the green line, which I just connect. It's simple. I just simply connect the bottoms, connect the tops, and that's my technical analysis,
Okay.
It's a technical analysis. I don't even know if it's first grade. It's like kindergarten, you know. That's me. I'm a simple guy. So there we go. There's our dates for the stock market coming up, and I like the weekend for if we continue under pressure here in the weekend. I think that we might be looking. We might have a bit of a low coming up here, no later than Monday. Could be as early as tomorrow because tonight is Jupiter turning retrograde. As I mentioned, when the planets. Oh, I didn't finish that idea. So the planets stop their motion and turn to go either direct or retrograde. That's when they stop. That's called a station point. And if they turn retrograde, that's the word for backwards. So they turn to go backwards, and then they could also turn to go forwards, which is called direct. So tonight, Jupiter, which is the biggest planet in the solar system, will turn to retrograde. So that's could be why we're having this little bit of a panic here now. You know.
Let me ask you this, Norm. When you look at some of the astronomical setups and where we're at with what you see and everything you put together that is esoteric for most people, and you hear about all these geo events, Saudi Arabia, Iran, North Korea, are there things that you see in your work, you look further out than a month at a time for kind of a feel and bias for major possible events for the year?
Well, I'm a student of his cycles and his history. I do think there's used to be called, you know, people would say, oh, there's a 100-year cycle. I think Gann might refer to that. I've kind of come to the conclusion that it's more like 102 years. Just for example, you probably remember reading about the parallels between the Lincoln assassination and the Kennedy assassination. Amazing
Yeah,
parallels there, you know, right? Remember that?
right,
Then,
right.
when I was researching toward the latter part of 2007, I ran across a cycle which matched up with 1907 and 1908. That worked out where it was about 101 years. It was not quite 100 years, maybe a little bit more. And and as soon as I saw that, I said, "Uh oh!" I knew that was trouble because I know my financial history, and that
Right.
1907, 1908
That
was
was
a
a
major
financial panic too.
that was a
Yeah,
major financial panic.
yeah.
The whole
The
thing almost
banking
collapsed.
system. Yeah. It,
The government almost went bankrupt. J.P. Morgan came to the rescue.
okay, well, if you use a 100-year parallel, World War One started in 1913. We
Well, I
didn't
think
get
it started.
involved till 1917.
Yeah, but I think World War One began in 1914, didn't it?
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So I've been looking
I
for kind
mean,
of a
so
I've
what
been
I'm
looking
saying
for a
is World War One started without us.
yeah.
Okay.
That's it. But
And you could look around the world and say, you know what, the beginnings of World War Three, 100 years later, might
yeah.
be
Well,
out there.
that was kind of the point I was going for there. That I think we could be in a scenario here pretty soon where, like we kind of are in a kind of a low grade, low global war here with all the terrorism and so forth. So we'll see. I'm staying in my
So,
house.
yeah. Well,
I'm staying inside. I'm not going anywhere.
I hope that this is your best year ever, Norm, in all ways.
Well, I hope that for you too, Dale.
Thank
So
you,
anyway,
buddy.
here's your dates for the stock market. We'll move ahead and tell everybody how you get all these great freebies. I'm giving away
Yeah.
stuff. So my letter covers. I have a monthly letter. It covers. I mapped out the month for you, a month in advance. I cover the stock market. This is all futures oriented. So we have stock indices, T bonds, currencies, and most of the major commodities. And if you contact me, and I got a short, a narrow window here, I apologize for that. I got family coming to visit next week, so going to have somewhat limited time. So I need you to contact me right away. You can get the letter and the class that goes with the letter. That's you have kind of required to get the letter. You have to take about a 3-hour class so you can learn how to read the letter. Now, all this stuff sounds complicated. I know it looks like rocket science, but when you get past the language here and learn a few new terms and a few things, it's really more like grade school. You don't have to be smarter than the fifth grader to do this stuff. There's no advanced mathematics, and if you're a person that likes to understand why, how, and why things are happening, and not just have a black box system, then you might find this very fascinating. I go into advanced Fibonacci. You get a crash course in GAN, fractals, all kinds of things, and if you're into how things work and be able to forecast the what's going to happen in the future. Sure, you'll find this fascinating. Looking forward to helping some folks. So you get the free letter, the free class.
I also see the advantage of, a lot of people sit in front of their platform every day, 8-10 hours a day, and with your work, it keys your eye into key days when you should be paying attention, and that doesn't mean every day. So you could still go about your life and be prepared for these turning points and put your trade on and walk away.
Dale, you make a great point there. That's one of the other advantages of this approach is that it forecasts when you should look at the markets and, as I mentioned earlier, what markets you should be looking at on those dates. So then you can plan your vacations, right? You can plan when to go to the beach and so forth, right?
Right. I appreciate you being with us here today, Norm.
Well, I appreciate you having me on. I want to wish everybody.
I look forward to every month hearing what you're seeing. So,
well, thank you.
Most likely, I'll talk to you in about 4 weeks or whenever the planets say there's something important to talk about.
Or if you have any questions or anything, always feel free to contact me, right?
Okay, there's Norm's numbers are on the screen.
Oh, just in case anybody doesn't have the video and just on audio, I don't know if anybody does that or not. I have another guy that interviews me. He's got people driving around in their cars, I guess, on the radio, listening, or something, or on their PCs. You can contact me. I'm in Florida here in the good old USA on Eastern Time, and my landline is 239-594-3939. That's 239-594-3939. You can contact me on Skype at norm.winski. That's norm.winski, or I think you can just punch my name in, and I'm probably the only Norm Winski in all of Skypedom. And let's see what else. I got my email address down here. You can contact me by email at nwinski. That's nwinski at embark, as EMBARQ, like root beer, MAIL.com. So looking forward to helping some of your people there, Dale. Try to get a hold of me as soon as possible. We can do something in the evening. If you're busy trading during the day, I can help you in the evening or on the weekends. It's a personalized class, one-to-one, and it's kind of customized to that person's level of knowledge, too.
Beautiful, Norm. So get prepared for 2016 with knowing key days and markets to pay attention to this year instead of burning yourself out trying to be there all the time.
So right. That's what
I love about your work.
Well, thank you. I think one of the things I always say about the difference between a new trader and a veteran trader is the new traders think this is like a factory job where you got to come to work every day and you got to crank out the widgets all day long, trade all day long, and as you said, that's a fast way to burn out, right?
Right.
Yeah, astrology teaches that the sign Leo is the sign of speculation, Leo the lion. And so one day I turned on one of those nature shows and they watched the lions, and they showed how the lions sleep away most of the day, and then they go out at night and find a high spot, and then they sit there and they wait and they wait and they wait until the right moment, and then they pounce. And that's what we should do as traders. You got to wait for the right moment, and then you pounce.
Yeah, that's funny you bring that up because I used to be a blind squirrel in the middle of a snow-covered forest, but about 1.5 years ago I changed my spiritual animal to having the courage and the heart of a lion. And so we're all lions here in LAR. So you're definitely talking about what our philosophy is. Sometimes, in fact, most of the times, less is more. So
there you go.
Thank you so much, buddy. Happy New Year, Norm.
Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year, Dale. Thanks a lot for having me on.
Okay, buddy.
Have a great day. Thanks. Happy New Year. Thanks. Bye.
Good hunting, buddy.
You too. Thanks. Bye.
Bye. Everyone thank
Well,
Norm. I was trying to get some trading done. I missed a few things. Everyone enjoy Norm. Give me a Y if you liked him. Is anyone getting Norm's letter? You're welcome, Happy. You guys enjoy him? We have another interview coming up here in about a half an hour. I'm going to take a quick break. Take 5 minutes. I'll come back and say hello to everybody. The crude oil is coming out of the hole. Canada's coming off. So Alien and I went with the long side of the crude today, looking at this being a potential bottom. And I'll be back in 5. Okay, I'm back. Now you're a what? A knoll? An owl? You're an owl? So I really didn't have a chance to say hello to everyone today. How's everyone doing? Forex Pipper, John 573, Cyric, how are you? Izzy? For veteran, Happy, Abel, JM, Ed, Ryan, Planet, how are you, brother Planet? Forex Stop Hunter, B, Khalid, how are you, bro? CK, Josh, Armand's in the house. Yohei's here. Jax are wild. Hello, Jax. Tosin, BW, Tico, Abel, Addenda, Fab, MRC. How have you been? Happy New Year, MRC. Doug and Carlos. Everyone doing okay? So the gold's pushing to new highs here. We are starting to get a little bit of a turn in the crude and a turn in the Canadian. So pretty well diagnosed, looking for a high in Canada and a low in crude in the next several sessions. Not bad. Alien tweeted me, he put on half a short position in the Canadian. So that's working out. What's everyone up to? Zurich thinks the yen might be shifting here. Good call, Zurich. Way overdue for some kind of rally. Everyone doing okay? We have another interview in about 20 minutes. We'll be starting an hour early for the NFP tomorrow. So probably a lot of people keeping their powder dry, squaring their books into the NFP. Am I reading you guys correctly? Like me, the only new thing I did was take a crude position in front of the NFP. Let me see what Zurich showing here. All four pairs, Zurich. What, all the different crosses? It sure is overdue. And the market's coming back. Yeah. Right there. Nice look, man. Everyone thanks Zurich for his look, his work. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Zurich. You're a talented technician. Anyone take the shot up in Canada? I talked about one more high in Canada. Look at these divergences we got. Izzy, did you see this one? Finally got two divergences. The last one under 70. So bottom in crude, top in Canada. Of course, all of this action could be erased for a while tomorrow. So we could either miss the whole thing. That's why I just put my toe in the water in front of the NFP and the crude. I didn't go all in. Tomorrow, China will be trading without any circuit breakers. All you doing, Fab, MRC? You guys are quiet today. Is everyone tired? Everyone tired? Not saying we can't have another run. I know that Alien took the trade. Thank you, Cyril. So this is what I see for Canada. It may not be the final high. On the daily, it looks like the second drive to me. Here. Here's your daily. Here's drive 1. Here's drive 2. Maybe we pull back to 38 and get another drive or a right shoulder. But definitely glaring divergence on the daily. It's not ideal. It's over 70. Pretty nice divergence here on the 4 hour from here. And the 1 hour was very clean. 1 hour looks very clean. Thank you, Cyril. What's this one? You have a chart, Josh? How are you? This is a real nice looking chart. Yeah. Thank you, Cyril. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. This could be the head. So on the daily, this could be the head. Left shoulder. Here's your neckline. Yeah, it's too early to tell. It could be third drive too. Well, you have a horizontal line here. If we pull back, if it's this deep, we could either get a third drive or a right shoulder. Okay, Josh. Yeah, and that's a natural place for it to go. Yeah. 38, maybe 34-ish, yeah. Back to here. Well, we could draw some fibs. Just from down here. And say this is a short-term high. 135 is halfway back. Halfway back, happy. 135. Yeah. Well, there. I also have a 50-day moving on the daily and a 50% retrace. Confluence with what you're seeing. Everyone doing all right? Carlos, how are you? Tico, what's up? Decadic, what are you doing here? We're going to have a key reversal in the crude oil. You'd think that would help the stock market, don't you think? Now it's fading again. One more low. Okay. 32. Good point. So then one more high in Canada. Stand by for Yanick Jetha. Yanick should be with us shortly. $32. Is that WTI? That could be. Oh yeah, all the way back there. So they should take that out, is what you're saying, right, Doug? Yeah. Sure looks like a 3 driver to me though. Doesn't it? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. But it's got to take these lows out, maybe for a panic, right? Thank you, Doug. Very nice look. Everyone thank Doug for his look on the crude. Very pretty colors, too. Pretty colors, buddy. I feel like I'm on acid. Doug, when I look at your charts, it's like I'm hallucinating. It's like I'm hallucinating. Takes me back to the 60s. Thank you, Doug. I wonder if your charts glow in the dark. Do they glow in the dark, buddy? You look at Doug's charts, it's like a magical mystery tour. It's a magical mystery tour. Thank you for your share. Thanks for the share, buddy. Gold just keeps grinding. Hiya, Goldie. No lights required. Yeah. Okay. Swiss is going up to new highs. New highs. So the euro's going down to new lows then, right? Everyone thank Goldie for his look at the Swiss. Looks like it's a 1 hour. Thank you, Goldie. Are you still short euro? You get out yesterday when it turned. Goldie, did you get out okay of your euro? Everyone thank Goldie. Another master technician. I don't know. I think about 20 billion people. Up to about 20 billion people. Good. That'd be fine for me. So you're still looking for one more collapse down here. Another push down. Okay. I don't know right now. Thank you, Goldie. What you next? Forget about it. I'm sorry I brought it up. Next. Tico, what do you got, buddy? You have a 3 driver? CAD? EuroCAD, one more push. All right. So this should be on our radar screen up here, EuroCAD up here. I like it. Thank you, Tico. Everyone thank Tico. EuroCAD's a big mover, man. That could be a nice one. I like it, Tico. Nice look, buddy. Everyone thank Tico for his projection of what EuroCAD could do. Stand by for Yanick Jetha. Should be with us shortly. Use max leverage before red numbers. Do it on the NFP and on the Fed if you like. Use max leverage to turn $100 into 10K on a red day, and your money will go away. Use max leverage before the NFP or Fed. Who else is in the house? You like use max leverage before red numbers. Do it on the NFP or even on the Fed. You might get lucky. You might lose your head, and if that happens, your account will be dead. Use max leverage on red numbers. What kind of fool am I who bet on the NFP? I thought that I would know the way the market would react. What kind of fool am I to think I'd know which way it go on the NFP? Now my account is history because I took a bet before the NFP. I think I'm funny. You know, guys, I'm my best audience. I make myself laugh. All right, I have a feeling that Yanick is going to be with us. Guy manages quite a bit of money. Yanick Jetha, come on down. Yanick here. There he is. Yanick Jetha, come on down.
Hey Dale, how are you?
Hey, nice to meet you, buddy. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Where are you? In the U.S. or Europe right now?
I'm in Europe right now. I'm in Paris.
Okay.
Going back to New York at the end of the month.
Were you in Paris when the terrorist attacks happened?
Oh, you know, it's scary, but you know, we cannot do anything about that.
You know, I read a little bit about your bio, and before you got into trading, you were a lawyer. Is that correct?
Not correct. I studied in law. I studied in law 5 years, and then you know I will explain you how I started investing in financial market and especially in Forex.
Because I thought that perhaps if you had your law degree, when I read a little bit more of your story, that perhaps you would have sued yourself for over leveraging your account and over trading and churning your own account. I thought you might want to sue yourself for churning your own account.
I will explain you how to make money, Dale. But I saw your session. You made a great job.
Well, I tell you what, it's great to have you here. You're a professional money manager, so
That's right.
you don't really train people. You
No,
just trade for people. You don't train people.
yeah, that's it.
So,
But
why don't you tell me about? I know you put a lot of time and effort into becoming a good trader, but along the way, did you have any mentors or books that had a major impact on you, or are you completely self-taught?
honestly, I'm completely you know, self-made on the FX market. I worked hard. I will tell you about my story later. But now, you know, I have some mentor, but you know them. You know them. Warren Buffett. You have we have Paul Johnson. These guys are amazing, you know, on the markets.
What guys?
Warren Buffett, Paulson and Co. You know, they made a great job, and also you, Dale.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about your trading style. Are you a
So
position trader, a scalper? You do everything? What's
I
your
do
forte?
for the fund. We have a strategy in long-term strategy. So, for example, right now the euro against dollar, we are buyer. You know, you have you have the trend, so you take the trend and then you invest on. And after that, we also scalp the market between two levels. So for example, on the euro against dollar, we are buyer at 1.10, and then we are seller at 1.40. Okay, and between the range we are.
You're looking for 140? You have a 140 target for the euro, 140?
No, after 2016.
Oh, okay.
After 2016, I mean, maybe in September, I think that the ECB will diminish the quantitative easing. So I think we will see at the end of 2016 maybe 1.25 on euro against dollar.
Do we take out parity first?
I'm sorry?
Do we go under parity first before we go to 123?
No, I don't
Or are the
think so.
lows in?
I don't think so, honestly. You know, even if the Federal Reserve, going up on the interest rate, I think investors are knows this event. So honestly, I think the euro against dollar will be on the range between 1.05, 1.10, and then technically I think we will be back to 1.17.
Okay, so are you willing to share your screen and show us what you look at every day when you're watching charts? We have a screen share function up here.
All right, yeah. So
it's a green box with the arrow.
Okay, all right. So 1 sec, yes.
And you click its upper left-hand corner, and it's a green box with a white arrow. You click that.
Thank you. All right, thank you.
And then some screens will come up, and you select the screen you want to show, and then click Start. Okay.
You see my screen right now.
Got your screen. Okay, so we're looking at the euro here. Time frame is what?
The time frame is monthly.
Wow. Okay, so you're a telescope. You're like you're an astronomer trader. Because you can take a very macro view.
But you know, I'm better when I scan the market daily. So basically, I will tell you what I made on euro against dollar last year. In 2014. I short the euro against dollar at 1.39, right?
Yes.
Then Mario Draghi, the president of the ECB, told us that he will engage quantitative easing, right?
Yes.
So the market goes down around 1.2750.
Yes.
And it took 6 months to activate the quantitative easing. That's only crazy, you know? And then we saw the rate around 1.10. True?
Right.
At 1.10 we bought the money.
Yeah, so that 110 is a pretty important pivot level. In fact, that's what's rejected the last bounce that we had after Draghi disappointed the market. We got to 110.50. I've been looking at 10.5 as a pivot. So we get back above 110.5. I was thinking at least 112.50, but you're thinking back above 110.5. Eventually, we'll work our way back towards 123, and people will still call that a bear market rally, won't they? All the way up.
Yeah, but you know the markets. It's very simple. People are scared, you know. So you have to do the thing logically. I mean, the investor will change tons of millions of dollars at 1.10, and they will change back in euro at 1.40 or 30. Right? It makes sense. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to take these 2 points, and when you see in 2 years, look the chart. Look the chart. The first chart in 2008, and now it's 2016. Right? We were at 1 point around 60, and now we are 1.8, 1.08. Right?
Yeah.
So if you
and well above the historical lows of 85 cents. So, I mean, there are a lot of people that are saying that this huge pullback in the euro was just a corrective move from the 85 cents to 160.
I'm totally agree with that.
Is that where your head's at? So then
Yes.
if this is a corrective move, we should see much more than 123.
Definitely.
We should see 160 or higher again, shouldn't we?
I don't think so, but 1.40, yes.
Okay. All right. And
first quarter of first or second quarter of 2017, I think we will see a 1.40.
okay, so let me ask you this. How do you come up with your, I can understand how you come up with your numbers for objectives. How do you come up with your time frames for when these levels will be achieved? Because you're saying by the first quarter 2017 will be there. Why the first quarter 2017 and not the fourth quarter 2016 or the third quarter 2017? Is there any science behind the madness of when you think markets will achieve their targets?
Yeah, completely. Not magic, but you have the technical side, okay, all right, and you have the fundamental side, the actuality, right?
Yes.
On the actuality, we know that the quantitative easing will diminish, all right, and the interest rate on America will go up, okay. But investors know that now, so they already anticipate the movement, and
so it's already in the price. You're saying any tightening the Fed does, and you don't think they're one and done, do you?
Yeah, totally. But you will see during
you think that was it? One interest rate hike and that's it?
Yeah, that's it. I think maybe during this year they will go up again, but I'm totally sure that they will not do more.
Okay, maybe one more.
Yeah, maybe one more. Yeah.
Okay, because a pretty nasty reaction around the globe with just one interest rate hike.
Yes, and Dave, I will tell you something. Did you see the Chinese economy?
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm renting an apartment in a ghost city.
Yeah. I'm absolutely agree with you.
All right, so you think China's going to hold back the Fed's hand because they're deflating and they're also devaluing the yuan. So the Fed is going to feel contained, just like they were in September when the Chinese market melted last August. They held off till December, and you're looking for continued problems in China that actually is going to create more inflows into the euro than into the dollar.
Yeah, I agree with that, and it will be like August, as you said. Federal Reserve will stay down, and they will just see what happened on the market. You know, today the market is not the same we saw 4 or 5 years ago.
What's changed?
At the time, I remember that, for example, in euro dollars, during a day, we saw a variation of 100 points to go up and to go down. And this is
you're saying that 4 years ago, 4 years ago, the ranges were, the ATRs were bigger.
Yeah. Also,
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, for example, I will show you my chart. For example, in 2010, look, we were at 1.18, and then we go to 1.47
in a year.
All right. And now during this in 2015,
nothing. Sideways.
Yeah, that's exactly that.
Yeah, sideways.
Today the market is more complicated, less volume, but I think investor will come back, and I think all company will innovate it more. That's why. So we have to get more investor on the market. You know, the markets, the FX markets, it's very easy. You take 2 points. 2 points on the market, for example, in euro dollar, you know that you have to buy at 1.10 and sell at 1.40. You know, so we have to do the same thing on daily market. So when you trade on daily, you have to take, for example, I will show you on daily today. So we'll go on time frames, 15 minutes.
It looks like an EKG of a dead person. Okay. There you go. Okay, so we held the 107.10 level yesterday. So you're saying be long anywhere under 110.
Exactly.
So, okay, and if we get back above 110, is that an add-on to you that we're breaking above that pivot?
You know, when you invest money on the market, you don't have to take leverage on you know, the big moves. All right.
Okay. But that's something I want to ask you about, and I found that interesting in your bio. You talked about how you used to fear leverage, and you have a different philosophy on how to use leverage. Why don't you go into that and tell people how leverage has changed from being an adversary in your trading to being an ally in your trading?
Okay, so basically I will explain you how I enter on the FX market, okay, and how I invest on financial markets. So as I told you before, when I was studying law, I started investing in financial markets, right? And following 80% gain in one day, you know, I thought I was on the top of the world, you know, the king. And then 15 minutes later, I lost everything, Dale, everything. So it was my savings. I worked hard to get the 10,000 euros.
You did that all. You did that all in 15 minutes.
15 minutes. 15 minutes.
Okay, well, that's a new world record.
Yeah.
You hold the world record for the quickest destruction of doubling or tripling your account and taking it down to zero.
Yeah,
and I've witnessed hundreds of traders. You lost it faster than anyone I've ever talked to. You win. You win, Yanick.
Yeah, I win. But I will tell you why I win. So
I told you we'd have fun. Go ahead.
For 90% of people, you know, this result could be categorized as a failure, as you said. However, I saw a huge opportunity on the market, and I began to start working on that. So I called my uncle, you know, because I'm Indian from Madagascar. So I called him. I said, "Uncle, please lend me money, borrow me money." He said, he didn't say, he didn't ask me for what. So I tell him, give me.
There's an uncle who loves you.
Yeah, and honestly, I owe him that.
Yeah.
So I start.
So he was your angel after you blew up.
I think.
Okay.
So I tell him, give me the money. I will pay back within a month. Then on the deadline, he called me. He said, "Yanick, where is my money?" I said to him, "I just wired it yesterday." And he said, "Oh, okay. And what did you do with that?" I tell him, "You know, uncle, I doubled my money." He said,
"I gambled. What? I gambled with it, uncle."
No, I worked. I worked. And then 6 months later, my portfolio was up 100%. I'm sorry, 1,000%. So I made more than 100,000 euros. Yeah. So you know, this is why I will explain you how to use leverage. You know, I learned from my family, allowed me to stay humble during peaks and calm during through, which contributes to my lasting consistency. So basically, when you invest money on the FX, for example, you divide your year in three trimester. All right. First trimester, you
Why?
invest. Why? I
Why
will tell
trimester instead of quarters?
it's you will see why. Because the
Okay.
first trimester, you invest money without leverage. This is the difficult part because you have to make money without leverage to take, you know, position on the market. So after making 1 to 2 to or 3%, this is honestly huge. After the second trimester, you will invest. This is my strategy. This is my method.
Okay,
All right.
I'm following you now.
Okay.
So
Then you
you start off with zero leverage, zero.
zero leverage the first
Okay.
trimester. Then the second
Okay.
trimester, you can put leverage around 5 to, you know, you can multiply your leverage per 5, and then this is the interesting part because you can scalp the market then. All right, because you have
Yeah.
leverage and you also earn money, right?
Right.
And you put your stop loss at the capital. You cannot expect to lose your capital. Do you agree with me?
You could give it back, can't you? I mean, you say for example, your first trimester, you're up 3%. You increase your leverage to 5 to 1, and you have a drawdown. That 3%'s gone in a hurry, right?
You're star again. You start again without leverage.
Okay, okay. So every time you get back to beneath even, you trade with no leverage until you have a cushion, and that's when you can increase your leverage.
Exactly, exactly. So
Okay.
so so then after the third trimester, honestly, you have to be around 15 to 20%. So then this is another difficult part. So you can accept to take your money and you made a good year, okay? Or you want to make more money and you accept to multiply per 20 your leverage, all right? Because I will tell you another thing. If you invest $100,000 on the market, you can live with this money if you earn, for example, 1,000 per month. For example, it's just an example. But if you invest, if you
Not in San Diego, unless you want to live beneath an underpass.
it's just an example. If you
Okay.
invest $10,000 on the market, you will not be able to live with that. Are we agree?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, but this money can help you to make good returns. So, to me, I prefer when I invest $10,000, I prefer put a lot of leverage, all right, at the third trimester to get 100% or to finish the year at 0% of performance. This is my method. This is my strategy. I want to do that, and I will explain you how to make this money. You know, first trimester you go very slowly, and then you go very fastly. You can scalp the market at the third trimester. You can take more position, more leverage. So definitely you have to be focused on what you do on the third trimester. Are we agree?
Okay. Have
Okay.
you ever heard of something called hybrid Kelly?
Mm,
Okay. Just someone in the community is commenting. I'm not sure what it means. He just texted hybrid Kelly, betting in the Forex market with a leverage equals Yanick. So I'm not sure. Maybe he's familiar with you.
yeah, maybe I
Okay.
don't.
Okay. All right. You're back with
So
us now. Okay, so go ahead. I have a bad habit of interrupting.
Okay, all right. So my advice with it, only use leverage on realized gains, all right, and not on the money you are scared to lose.
Got it.
All right.
Okay.
And so then during my experience in 2012, I got married to a wonderful woman, Malia. So we decided to move to New York. And then I opened my private investment fund. And to this date, our yearly average return for the fund is 37%.
Okay. So let me ask you this. When I used to raise money for money managers, CPAs, and you know, everyone talks about their green periods. I would judge somebody based upon what their worst drawdown was, because that told me that if things got off track, how bad it could get, and gave me realistic expectations for what kind of drawdown I could expect. So since you've been managing money, and I don't know, what's it been, about a year or two now? How many years? Yeah. What has been your worst drawdown?
My worst drawdown, in fact, in my fund, we have two strategy. We have the secure one, so we don't, we just only invest in bonds. Okay. We have I think this is the strategy that you will like. It's the dynamic one. The dynamic one, we can expect a drawdown of 15% of volatility of the portfolio. All right.
Okay.
But my strategy is the same as I explained you. So first trimester I go slowly, and then third trimester I put leverage and stop loss on my capital. So I will try to never lose my capital.
Okay, that's a good goal. Good goal.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I understand how you use leverage. Have you noticed since you've been doing it that the third trimester is maybe a good time period for markets getting on runs into the fall into winter? That time frame that could be more conducive, that you're using more leverage compared to the summer months when things really slow down, and maybe the use of leverage would not be as opportune.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I will tell you something. Do you know Gordon Gekko, Dale?
Yes, I do, but Fox.
Yeah, on the Wall Street movie, yeah.
Yeah.
So at a point in this movie, he said, I quote, "If you're not inside, you're outside." Okay? So I will tell you one thing, Dave. Well, Gordon, I would like to tell you something. I'm happy to have extended my holiday and being returned today. At the time, you didn't support the Chinese economy, so now we have to be scared.
Yeah. Okay.
So greedy is not good.
Greed is not good.
No, greed is not good.
How about hope?
You know, when you trade, you have to be focused. You have to, you cannot hope, on the market. When you trade, when you take position, you have to be focused, and you have to know that you will make money. Because if you're going on the market and you're just thinking about hope, I think you will not make money on that. You have to, we have some indicators. You have the trend, you have the actuality, and you have to take all this stuff and make a good food with that, right?
Okay. So let me ask you this. We're starting 2016. You gave us some views and projections, and in the euro, what do you think is going to be the strongest opportunity in the FX arena in 2016?
I have two pairs. I have the USD against the lira, the Turkish lira.
Okay.
pair I will
Okay.
show you on my screen. This is this one. So I will put in daily.
Okay.
So this is my my strategy on that. You can enter at 2.885, and the maximal target is 3.06. All right, and I think in 2016 we will see 3.20.
Okay.
All right,
So
and
you would buy a pullback, you're saying, to 286.
yeah, we will saw a pullback. Then you have to enter and go long. Look
Right.
the trend. Look the trend.
Yeah.
This is absolutely amazing. You just have to buy on pullback.
It was like the ruble.
This is like the ruble. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, so you're looking for more weakness in the lira, pushing it to new lows against the dollar.
Yeah, very simple. Economic instability and military are not good, you know, in Turkish. Sell the Turkish lira and buy more dollars. And don't forget, dollars is the king. We saw that in 2015, and we will see that in 2017. But on pullback, you can just enter on pullback, right? And then my second pair, I think it's familiar.
What was your upside target again? One more time in the U.S. dollar, euro, lira.
It's
320. You said.
Yeah, 320. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
All right.
Okay.
And yeah, and you will see on my Twitter, I usually talk about Turkish lira.
Why your interest in the lira, in the Turkish lira?
Just because the instability of the economic, and they have a huge potential, you know, economic potential, but it's very scary over there.
Yeah, like the Ottoman Empire.
Yeah, definitely. And the other, my other recommendation, my point of view, it's GBP USD. I think we have to go long.
Where? 144 is my guess.
1.20. I'm sorry, what did you say?
About 144.
Yeah, yeah. You can enter. For example,
where would you buy it? Where would you buy the pound?
At this time, 1.45.
Right here, 46.
Yeah, you're more technically right.
Yeah, I'm just looking. I'm just wondering where you would enter it. If you had fresh money, you'd buy the pound right here at 145.90.
You know, look, the GBP USD is like euro dollars, okay?
Right. Okay.
We are seeing at the lowest price in the years, okay?
Okay.
So what we should do on that? Stay in logic. You have to buy. You have to buy because this is a strong pair, right? We are seeing the lowest right now. So even if you buy at this point, I can guarantee you will see next year 1.60.
Okay.
Even if there is a Brexit, so Britons are going of the European Union, and even if there is a quantitative easing on GBP, don't worry about that. I'm completely sure about the fact that we will see 1.60 on GBP USD. Look the chart. You are technically, so look the chart. This is the best support we have.
Okay. All right. So do you use stop losses? When you're not leveraged, you don't use stops, do you?
No, I'm not. But when I start making money, you know, some performance, then I put stop loss. So at this point on GBP USD, I think we can go long right now, and we put a stop loss around 1.39.
Okay.
And and you put the first target at 1.57, then 1.63, and if it goes very very good, you take the take profit at 1.70.
170.
Yeah, 170, and the time frames, it's a long-term call.
Okay. You're a dollar bear.
Yeah.
All right, so you're contrary to most of the opinions are saying that there's more left in the dollar in 2016.
Even if we can see again the dollar is going up, we'll see a pullback, a correction. Sorry, a correction. Mm-hmm. We'll see a correction. You know, it's cyclical. When you saw the market, it's like the stock market index. It's cyclical. Look the Dow Jones. Look the DAX, the German index. I will show you on the chart. One sec.
So you trade other things.
Yeah, yeah. So look, it's cyclical. It goes up, down, and then the trend is up, and you just have to put your Fibonacci retracement, and you will see. Once again, I will do it, and you will see what's the best to go long.
We're around 8,000.
Yeah, 8,000. I think it's a good call.
Yeah, that could happen this month. Next month, maybe.
Hey, yeah, I think next month.
Okay.
Yes.
So if people want to get involved with you, what's your minimum account size?
The minimum account size is it depends. For individuals, I just I will show you. I just started new services in 2014. This is signals. I give signals on my members. Okay, so you can put, you know, whatever. I give you signals, and the registration doesn't cost a lot. It's around 50 to 200 euros per month, and I was since 2014 up to I will show you also the statement.
How are the signals delivered? Email, SMS?
Email, SMS, and notification mobile. So we have on App Store, you can download our application.
Okay. Do you have a trade copier where if people can't get it, you could just allot a PAM account or trade copier or anything like that?
For now, no. For now, no, but I give during per day, I give one live like you, and I trade with them. So I buy, I sell, and they see how much money we can do. I use good services. It's join me, so there is no.
Yeah, chat room. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have a chat room going every day too.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right. And if you want to invest with us on our fund, the minimum required it's $100,000.
Okay. All right. Well, it was a pleasure meeting you. Anything you want to wrap it up with? I know they could find you at your Twitter handle is at Jetha Yanick.
Yeah.
What's the website address again?
So this is I will show you on PowerPoint.
And it's in both. You have one in French and one in English.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
So now you can see it. So it's m-am.com, and the Twitter it's Jetha Yanick.
Got it. All right. Well, Yanick, very nice meeting you. I hope that this is your best year ever in all ways, not just materially, and continued good luck. Keep in touch and
yeah, sure.
Thank you for. In fact, you know, before you go, one of the community members suggested that I play this song for you. So don't use leverage in your first trimester. Step up to 5 if that's Yannick's plan. And then use max leverage in the 3rd trimester. And keep your stop at break even.
Definitely, that's it. That's it,
That's
Dave.
for you. All right,
Dave,
that's your theme. That's your theme song. I'll get the CD out to you, and you can put it on your website. And really a pleasure meeting you. Good luck in 2016, Yannick, and keep in touch with me.
Thank you so much, Dave. The pleasure was mine. And if you invite me next time, for sure, I will show you how to make money by scalping the market. Sure?
Okay.
All right.
You got it. Let's say I'll say this. You've got a deal.
Okay.
It's a
Thank you
deal.
so much. You're a great guy.
All right. Everyone, thank Yannick for his time.
Thank you. And
all right,
again,
Yannick.
Happy New Year.
Good luck on the NFP tomorrow.
Thank you so much. Take care.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right, buddy. So, everyone, that was Yanick Jetha. His Twitter handle is reversed at Jetha Yanick. Had a very friendly demeanor. Did you guys enjoy that? You enjoy that? Gold's coming off. Market's still recovering. Crude's recovering. Market's still weak. Gold's coming off. So it's probably time for a wrap up, huh? Looks like we're going to get this reversal in the crude oil market. So I think that LAR was, I told everyone about it yesterday that I was looking to buy it down here under 34. That happened. We had a great guest yesterday to talk about a potential short in the Canada. So far, working out a little bit of a tail. Of course, for a few hours tomorrow, you could throw your charts out the window into the NFP. But this is definitely a negative look. Of course, if we have a strong jobs number, we could spike it one more time for another divergence. And at this time, I want to thank everyone for their contributions. Hope you enjoyed Norm Winsky. Okay, Tico's got a look. It's at here. Here you go, Tico. Here's his Twitter handle. And they are in caps. I bet Yanick increased his leverage after he got married. I was going to ask him if he increased his leverage after he got married. Crude's coming back pretty good. Here's a 3 drive from Tico and EuroCAD. Yeah, it didn't take out the highs yet. It's still a nice 3 driver, buddy. I wouldn't do anything until after the NFP anyway, Tico. But that's a pretty nice look. It would have been better if they cleaned out the stops. I know what you're saying. What else you got here? There's another one for Tico. Euro pound. Yeah, we've got 2 here. Didn't take out the... So a couple in the same situation, only EuroCAD's more mature. So that's my wrap up, guys. Going to turn in crude, turn in Canada. That's what we were laying for today. I want to thank everyone for sharing their work, sharing their charts. Thank you, Tico, Izzy, Carlos, Forex Pipper, Happy, Cyric. Who else is here today? Forex Crunch, DZ, Goldie, BW, Abel, Pipper, John 573, Fab, Abel, Ryan, Cyric, J, B, Khalid, CK, Luimo. Hello, brother. Armand, Tosin, Tico, Adinda, Carlos in New York, Happy Pips, and Doug. What do you got, Luimo? It's my mission to build up and edify traders every day. It's kind of like a strength meter. Yeah, I think this is a good visual, Luimo. Nice visual. Thank you, Luimo. So thank you, everyone. We'll be starting an hour early tomorrow for the NFP. I'll be here with Maury, Mauricio Carrillo, Yohei Elam, and Valeria Bednarik for live coverage of the NFP tomorrow. So get a good night's sleep and get ready to react to the reaction. Thank you, my trading warrior brothers and sisters. You're welcome, Izzy. Thank you, everyone. And remember, don't just count your pips, count your blessings. And if there are people in your life that you love, tell them they're not mind readers. Money comes and goes. Time is gone forever. Make it count. And I'll be back with you guys tomorrow. I might even put on a tie. Maybe I could get a job with a good NFP number. So thank you, my friends. Enjoy the rest of your day. And I'll see you tomorrow.